It can be difficult, but it is still your job. That's not your body. That between your legs is mine. What's between my legs is yours. It's yours.
We back in the building, baby. It's showtime. Guess who's back again? They don't know. They don't know. We'll tell them soon as we walk in. Hey.
What it do? It's your boy Remon, better half of the Couples Lounge. My fault. It's your boy Remon, Kappa Man, better half of the Couples Lounge. This is my sexy chocolate.
I am Candace. Yes, yes, yes. And we are the Tugs. And so welcome to the Couples Lounge show where we do this every Saturday at 9 a.m. You got to make sure that you are here with us. What is going on with you? Okay. We talk about love. We talk about marriage. We talk about relationships. And what we are doing this season is having the conversation so that our family members that rock with us can have a healthy relationship, can find love. And we all about healing in 2024. And guess what? Ain't nobody doing it like us.
Because they ain't us. So if you have not hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. If you have not shared it with a friend, share it with a friend, married or single, but hit the subscribe button and tune in on YouTube to check us out, baby.
And this year, let's just see how often our intros are different. I think it's a fun game to play. It's never going to be the same.
Right.
Never will have the same intro. But that's us. And so this show is brought to you by We Will Win LLC, life coaching and relationship coaching. That is our company. And so we do help individuals and couples that desire to change their life, that desire to heal and go to the next level. We're also speakers. Of course, we have the podcast, and we are authors. So if your event needs a speaker, right here, we got you.
We got you. Also, if you want some good barbecue, smoked chicken, salad, reels, brisket, whatever, go to Smokey D's Barbecue. Best barbecue spot in the DF-Dub area. They even have a bar. So if you sit down and eat, you can get your drink on. Not only that, they have a pizza spot inside there to make specialties when it comes to pizza as well. So you can go get you some barbecue, get you some margaritas, your drink on, and special made barbecue pizza there as well.
And you might actually run up on a karaoke night, a live band.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's a lot that go on in Smokey D's.
Smokey D's.
All right, you ready?
Always.
We're about to get into this conversation. We've been forgetting to give each other love at the end of the show. Today.
Okay.
That's our new thing, y'all, that we gonna do. So watching a podcast, or actually just saw a clip on Instagram. I Am Truth Hurts. He has a podcast. And on his podcast, he had Brittany B. And so I'm just going to read a clip it. The clip I saw, I'm going to read what was said. And we're going to have a discussion, all right?
Okay.
All right, I ain't got many notes for this. We just fist to go. So the tag, the little text that was on the actual video said this: it's hard to submit and struggle. How do you want a woman fighting for survival to be submissive? And she said, I'm fighting to survive. If I'm fighting to survive, if I'm fighting to live, if I'm fighting to provide for my children, to do everything, I can't come home and curl up with you, open my legs, love on you, massage your shoulders. In that moment, I just heard, let me cater to you. And so she's like, no, I can't do that. I can't do all of that when I'm in survival mode.
Right.
And her last thing, now I cleaned this up, but she said, if I'm struggling to survive, I can't perform oral sex with pride.
Right.
So,
Woo.
it's a lot that we can unpack here. I knew when the moment that I saw this video that the majority of the men were going to be in their feelings about what she said. I knew the men. Course. I'm like, oh, the men is about to come for this video right here.
Absolutely.
And so I'm gonna first say this. Let me get this out the way. Don't no woman have to submit to no man that ain't her husband. Period. Point blank. You ain't got to do nothing to no man that ain't your husband. You ain't even got to have sex with him. You ain't got to have oral sex on him. If he ain't your husband, you do not have to do it. Matter of fact, you shouldn't be doing it. But, okay.
Okay, about that.
But if this was a wife.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, my goodness. Then you should, why you get married?
What you mean?
What? No one said when you get married, there won't be struggle.
Okay.
So if we're struggling at some point in our marriage financially, that means you're to neglect me in every other areas. You can't submit. You can't please me sexually because we're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So all our grandparents and great-grandparents, unless you just come from wealth, at some point may have, and a lot of couples, especially if you marry young, may not be to the area or to the point where you want to be financially yet. So that means you shouldn't submit. What? What? Man, I saw this.
What's your initial response?
Slap your face is what I was thinking to her.
You sent me back the emoji of.
Yeah, and that's the problem. What a lot of people, a lot of women may face, and the part I understand it to a certain degree. If the lights are on, the lights are not on. We don't have water, but you want me to. Yeah, I get why it can be difficult to think about or to be in a sexual place when there's no food in the kitchen. Yeah. Like, dang, we literally have nothing to eat. But yes, I get it. It can be difficult, but it is still your job. That's not your body. That between your legs is mine. What's between my legs is yours. It's yours. It is yours. And the Bible says there's only one time you're supposed to restrain from sexual relations. That's if we're fasting. And agreeance. Very well said. So, and then it tells you to quickly come back together so you're not
tempted or the devil don't get a devil opportunity.
So therefore, part of being a wife is to please your husband sexually. You have a sexual obligation sexually. What I mean by that, you're supposed to have sex with your husband. And just point blank, period. You're supposed to have sex with your husband if that's what he is requiring or needing from you, is to have sexual relations with your husband. And to say no because
I'm in survival mode.
No. And again, a part of me understands it is hard to be fully in a sexual mode happy when we literally, yes, when I'm starving and there's no food in there. But that doesn't take away from my need sexually. But if you're only supposed to submit when things are just 100% in blissful mode, that's crazy as hell.
And I think even with the word submit, I think growing up, I'm just going to say this. The word submit is just basically saying, I trust your leadership. I trust you that you will make whatever the decision it is to be the authoritarian of this home and lead us wherever or make this decision. And so I'm not going to undermine you. I'm not going to go, you say this and I'm going to go and I'm going to do it this way. Or I'm not. Submissive is saying I trust you. But I think sometimes, definitely back in the old days, I don't know if it was taught like this or we took it like this, that we got to do everything a man say. He run over me. He run my life. I'm like dormant to him. I'm in service, but like I'm a slave to my husband. Like she don't have any power. And that's not what submissive is, because your husband needs you. Your husband needs your input. Your husband needs your wisdom. Right. He needs you walking through life side by side with him. He needs you. So it's not any of that thing that I think women put in their head, like I just got to do whatever you tell me to do. Because for one, you're not supposed to follow your husband to hell.
Right.
He leading you and you see y'all going to hell.
Right.
He got all these immoral things he desire for you to do. No.
Right.
You don't put your husband before anything that God says.
Right. But also look at it this way. What if your husband said, man, I'm not submitting to what you calling me to do, Lord, because I'm struggling. Well, I'm in survival mode. I can't follow you, Lord. I can't do this right now. How does that sound? Would he sound... Now, God, you calling me to do this, but I'm in survival mode, so I can't submit to your will, Lord. What's the difference in between a man saying that and a woman saying that? What's the difference?
It ain't. It ain't.
Because we're both are called to do it. As a man, I'm supposed to submit unto the Lord. As a wife, you're supposed to submit to your husband. Again, unless he's trying to get you to rob a bank or kill somebody. But other than that, we're supposed to do it. But to say no, because I ain't got a job right now, Lord. I ain't gonna be able to do it right now, Lord. When I get a job, I do it.
And I know we're talking about Matt, but I kind of took this like she's really speaking from a single perspective. So, because she said, I'm fighting to provide for my children. And so, I don't know, for me, it almost made it seem like that this ain't really his. Like, and then, you read the comments and you have some people saying like, well, if she got a man in her life, she shouldn't be in survival mode. She shouldn't be struggling.
And I think that's crazy.
That is a thought that...
But that's crazy. So you telling me every married woman now that's doing well, every married couple that's doing well now, let's say financially, they've always been? We have parents, and both of our parents... I mean, they might not be. Let me finish. They might not be living the lifestyle of rich and famous, but neither one of our parents are worrying about paying a bill. But if I listen to my mom and dad, and I've listened to your parents, at some point at the beginning of their marriage, they struggled with basic necessities for their families and for themselves.
But I'll say this: I don't feel like you have to struggle. I don't think struggle has to be a part of a marriage.
It doesn't have to be.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not uncommon.
No, it's not. But I don't feel like it has to be.
It doesn't. But okay, you use it on. You're stuck on has to be.
No, because she's saying if I'm fighting for survival and.
But
some women feel like
to be.
I should not. If I have a man in my life, we should not be struggling, and that is a judgment. But that is a thought. If it's both of us, and you are leading the house, I shouldn't feel a struggle because you are doing and you are going over and beyond to make sure we good, and to make sure we are all right.
And that's still stupid.
It's not stupid.
That is stupid. And here's, well, to you it's not. To me, that's stupid, because just because we're married doesn't mean, especially if you're young, that you won't have a financial struggle. That doesn't mean, okay, I'm married, I will never struggle, ever. We will never have financial issues because I'm married. I got a wife. I would never have a struggle financially.
Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you feel like struggle is a choice? Think about it.
No,
Do you
not
feel
always.
Like struggle is a choice?
Not always. Not always. So you telling me that was your mom and daddy choice starting out? Because they struggled financially.
I don't want to.
at the beginning of.
if we
They
want to
were
use them,
young.
I would use us.
No, 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 no. Let's
Okay,
stick it
well
to what. Let's
we
stick
can
it
use
to,
them.
to someone that's doing very well. So you're telling me there was a choice between your mom and daddy to struggle.
Yeah, because if you make the choice not to go to college, you make the choice not to put yourself in a certain situation. My daddy has talked about opportunities that he did not capitalize on. That if he would have capitalized on them, literally, we would have been in the realm of a wealthy family, literally. So he missed opportunities where he could have capitalized. So I feel like struggling is a choice because every day you making choices every day.
Wow.
You are making choices every day.
So majority of America is choosing to stay in that situation.
If you're in a struggle situation, I
Yeah,
think you're
a
making
majority of America.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't gonna say just America. Majority of the people
based off our choices. Yeah. Because you can change your life. If you change your thoughts, you change what you do, you change your actions, you can change your life. And I think the more that you are equipped for that as a kid, then once you get to the level of now I can make different decisions, you don't have to be in struggle mode. Even if it is, okay, this is what we making. Let's make sure that we are living below our means and we that we're not like upside down on things. So I think struggle is a choice. I think struggle is a choice. And definitely how long you in it is a choice. Cause I know you could be doing good, somebody lose their job, and then what? And so I definitely, I believe it. I believe. And then she's saying in survival mode. So survival, that for me, that's a whole nother.
But
that's
what
a whole nother ballgame.
and that could be subjective because what she view as survival mode, I may not.
Man might not view it as.
Yeah, I might not believe that's survival mode. It's not survival mode because I'm unable to go shopping 3 times a week.
Well, no, she said I'm surviving. I'm fighting to live. I think this is
some people's way of life is they may view living in a whole nother way. I may view survival mode as far as cutting the lights on. Putting food on the table. She
said providing for my children.
Okay, but you can provide in different ways. She may view as providing as buy them Gucci and keep them in fresh Jordans. Because some people look at it like that.
Yeah, but
I may not view that as surviving. Surviving, like I said, I view as, man, I don't know how we gonna eat. I don't know how we gonna take a shower because we don't have water. That's how I view surviving mode.
From my perspective, that's the perspective that I'm coming from on this show, based off what she said too. Right. When a woman is in a place, what I interpret is when a woman is put in a place where she don't feel security, where she don't feel safe, where she feels like she is out of alignment, where she's like, I'm fighting, I'm trying to do everything just to make it. It brings about a disconnect between her and her man, her and her husband. I'm gonna say husband. Her and her husband. It brings that forward. And like you said, it is difficult to, not impossible, and you should do it, but to say, I'm living in this space and women are in their heads and in their hearts a lot. And based off how she's looking at her husband, I'm out here, I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to make sure we make it. I'm doing everything. I'm trying to live. And then you want me to come home and bust it wide open, or you want me to come home, spread my leg. You want me to come home and you want me to do this.
Yes.
It's a way that she is viewing her husband that she doesn't want to do like she said, I can do it, but am I into it? Do I want to do it with pride? Do I want to do the extras? I don't, because I am in this space. And
well, if you don't want to, okay, but as long as you do it.
What?
Long as you do it. You may not want to.
Men don't want that.
You may not want to have.
They don't want that.
No, not always. No. Mm-hmm. But but I need it. Long as you giving it.
No,
No. And
no.
the shit,
We just
I'd
had a
rather
show last year where it was a woman not initiating it or
Yes.
not being into it. Men don't
Yes.
want that kind of sex.
No, we don't want that type of sex. No, we don't. But I take that than not getting it, period.
You'll
'Cause you're
take something over nothing.
you darn right. Because you not having sex with your husband cannot be an option.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be taken off the table.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be complete. Well, I'm not doing it. We're not having sex. We're not. Because until we get this and this, we're not having.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be on the table.
And I think some women use that her sex as either a punishment.
They do. I don't doubt it.
Use it for thinking it's gonna be motivation. Where I'm stuck.
Have you ever done that?
What?
Use it
As a punishment?
Yeah, or motivation. All that. Have you?
Mm-mm. I don't say no.
That's why I was asking. Have you ever done it? You can say no without saying no. Yeah, you do know that.
Mm-mm.
That's why I was asking.
It has been times where I didn't take no pride in it.
I know. I know.
It does when you got a lot weighing on.
It's your birthday. I guess I'll go.
When you have a lot weighing on you and it's a lot on your mind, and I would say it has been times where we maybe wasn't in a good place, or I felt like we are surviving, and that I am having to do everything, and how I looked at you impacted what I wanted to do with you. I can say I have been in that place, but I don't say no. I'm gonna go ahead. But it does. So when she said this, I was like, what I really want men to hear. It's almost like
You want what you want men to. Wow, I
what
don't like how this started
no,
off. Go ahead.
what is one of those moments. What is she really saying? Or you heard what she's saying, but hear what she's not saying. And it's basically, I want you to leave. I want you to get us out of this play. I don't want to be the one doing everything. I don't want to be the one leading. I don't want to be that.
But how do you? So you're just assuming that's what she's doing, and he's not doing nothing. You're adding
I'm basing on what she said. I am in survival mode. A woman
so how do you know he's not in survival mode with her?
No, if he's in a relationship with her,
So
more
okay,
than
so
likely,
if he's in survival mode, you're not doing it on your own. We're both in survival mode. We're both struggling.
But as a wife, I am looking to you as my lead to get us out of this situation together. I know I saw one man on there was like, well, if you're in survival mode, he might have been talking to the single version of her. So let me talk to the married version. As a married wife, yes, you are doing things as well. You should still be working. You know what I'm saying? Or if you feel like we're in survival mode, what can I do to add to it? But as a wife, yes, I'm looking to your leadership. I'm looking to you to get us, you to have a plan to get us out of this.
Okay.
Not saying that he's not.
Yeah, you kind of sounding like it.
If we're here, something ain't happening. To the point where she doesn't.
It may not be happening as fast as you want it to, or fast as we would like right now. That doesn't mean nothing is happening. It may sometimes, I don't know what it is. Let's say you starting a business. We started a restaurant business. The restaurant business may not be booming just yet. Right now we're struggling. It's just we're not right now. But I'm in the process.
Yeah, and I don't think a woman, a wife, when she sees her husband is intentional, when she sees her husband is going after his goals and his dream, when she see him actively trying to shift the trajectory of their family, when she sees those things, this ain't the energy you get. What this woman was talking about, you don't get that energy.
And that's is it right or wrong?
What?
I don't get that. That man doesn't get that energy.
Do I think it?
Is it wrong that she's doing that?
That she's giving him this energy?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a wife,
is
You
wrong.
yeah, you gotta
Okay. Okay.
still have sex with your husband.
Okay.
You
Okay.
still gotta,
Okay. I
please him.
will just want to make clear that up.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm dead serious. I just want to clear it up.
So yeah, so I don't think it's that is the case where I see my husband, he is actively trying and he got things in place and oh yeah, I see this, I see that. It's a lot of weight on a woman to be out of alignment. It's a lot of weight. It's heavy. And when I say out of alignment, to to be pulling the family. That's what I feel like a woman is doing. You trying to pull things into alignment. You trying to pull your husband along. You trying to pull, and that it man, it's heavy. It's heavy. And so I see how it causes a breakdown here when a woman is in survival mode.
And when she's not pleasing him, and that's heavy on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
When he's not being pleased sexually, that's heavy on him, which affects him in other ways that have him showing up in ways to
Mm-hmm.
where it may not be so loving and caring because his need, his desire to have that
Mm-hmm.
isn't there. That's extremely heavy, and it will have him to show up in ways he shouldn't either.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think some women understand how not doing that causes a reaction from your husband that you don't want. All because of the lack in that area.
But I'm gonna ask you, do you let me say this. Because I don't want it when you're talking about the sex and we're talking about the survival and we're talking about those things, do you think if the man shifted, everything else would shift? Because
Shifted
I don't think it starts off like this. I don't think it starts off in
for some it may not, and some it may
the
do.
I don't
Starts
want to
off
come home. I think this is a progression type deal. It don't just job is lost or whatever causes the struggle that happens and then automatically everything shifts. I think it's a progression
I think
of
I
things
think that's
that
true in
that
some
happens.
cases. In some cases, it may not be true.
Well, we know it's not an absolute for
So
everything, but I believe if the husband shifts in whatever capacity,
I think
the other things will shift.
nowadays, women are looking at men if he's unable to provide a certain lifestyle financially, it affects them and they show up differently sexually with their husband because of it.
I don't even think it's
I believe
necessarily.
financially nowadays is motivating everything.
I don't. I feel like this. For me,
Oh wow.
providing is more than financial. Providing is
I believe it's
you can provide emotional support, you can
absolutely.
provide mental support,
Absolutely.
spiritual
Absolutely.
support.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of that is missing. A lot of that I feel is missing.
A lot of what I just lost you. A lot of
That
what?
that type of support from a man to his wife to provide spirit. I definitely know men are not providing spiritual in general. The majority of men are not providing spiritual support. So I don't want to even get hung up on the financial support. There are other areas where men are distracted or not present in his marriage. And even if you making a lot of money and we good financially, she could feel like she's in survival or without when it comes to that type of abundance, financial, emotional, spiritual, mental. But you are tuned into the Couples Lounge, and we are about to take a break so you can check out this commercial from Smokey D's.
Oh my God. Yo, how's everybody doing? This is Remon from the Couples Lounge. I'm here at Smokey D's, starving. I heard about this great barbecue. It smells good as soon as you come in. Great friendly service. I've heard about it. Let me see what it do. I'm about to say I got a 2-meat plate. I'm ready to see what it's talking about. This ain't your barbecue sauce,
Man,
is
that's
it?
my barbecue
That's
sauce.
what I'm talking
That's
about.
the only way to go.
That's what I'm talking about.
homemade. That's
what
matter
I'm
of fact,
talking
I just
about.
made that this morning.
Oh, wait, man.
Just made that this morning. Look at this.
Oh my God. How you? Oh my God. Say, man. Say, stop playing with me. Smokey D's. Stop playing with me. Hold on. That's the ribs, though. Let me see about the brisket. Hold on. Everybody can't do a brisket. Hey, hey, if you don't come to Smokey D's and get you some barbecue, slap your face. Smokey D's. Oh my God.
So how do we how do we repair it? I don't even want to say how do we repair these type of situations? How do we not get ourselves into these situations? What do you say to this woman? What do you say to this man? Like,
Honestly, a lot of it starts with financial.
okay.
Um, I saw a video with Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Man, he said get you some paper, you'll be all right." And the dude was like, "What?" He like, "Man, a lot of your issues and problems and words that you have." He was like, "Man, get you this because of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Get your paper up, and you don't have none of these issues no more. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of your care and worries go away."
Mm-hmm.
Like, dang, and then he just walked off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dang,
Mm-hmm.
just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what people are
I see that.
having whatever issues they may have, or people may see that they have issues or problems with this and that. If
What is
they
the
have money, okay, okay, now we can talk. But if they don't and they're struggling financially, put some money in their bank account, and some of these issues that you think this woman has or this
Mhm.
man has, they might not have no more.
I can actually see that because I
I
think
can't
when
too.
you
So when you
don't
think this
have
man
money,
he needs some work. She needs some work. She needs to do her work. Yeah, right now they just struggling financially. You put that money in that bank account, the work that you say they need, you'll be surprised at how that goes away.
what you mean work? You mean counseling?
Yeah,
No,
cancer.
they do
Yeah, all of it. Some of it.
Still do
I'm not saying they don't.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying inject their bank account with a certain certain
You
number.
don't have certain thoughts in your mind. You
And,
don't
and
feel
so
a certain
all
way.
that you was seeing that he was struggling, she's struggling with. Now all of a sudden they don't have those. Like dang, they been do. No, they was just broke.
Mm-hmm.
They was just broke. Word and acting and responding out of
Mhm.
brokenness, and now it's gone.
Right.
Now them issues are no longer there.
So what do we do? How do we I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that's the importance of everybody operating in their gifts and operating in their gifts in excellence. Because when you operate and you do what God is calling and telling you to do, instructing you to do, then you reap. You reap what you're sowing. I was watching something the other day. I told you about I heard reap a harvest, and the pastor that I went to watch, he was talking about uh before you can start sowing, you got to plow. And the plow is the work part of that thing. You got to be working it to be able to sow the seeds and sow the reap. And so I think that's if more couples would do that, where the both individuals are in alignment with God and intentional about following what God told them to do, and then they supporting each other in whatever aspect that is, and you're going to reap an abundance. You're going to reap prosperity. The word says it. You know, a lazy person don't expect to get ahead. Nothing will come if you're lazy.
Right.
You're not gonna have anything.
Right.
And so that's why I go back to say that I feel like struggle is a choice. Like, preferably, I hope that we are helping our kids prepare for where they don't have to get in struggle mode. We may not have everything that we desire, but we're not struggling, because struggling is hard on a marriage, and everybody don't make it out of the struggle.
No, of course not.
Whether it's financial struggle, the disconnect, emotionally struggling, people don't make it out of the struggle. They choose to get out of the relationship versus taking a moment to say, how do we do this? How do we level up?
Right.
Yeah. So I think more of us, we need to be in alignment.
Yeah.
with God.
Yeah. And your mindset has to shift.
Mm-hmm.
Her mindset has to shift
To
I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do regardless,
mm-hmm.
in spite of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I may not have the wardrobe, the car, the home that I want, but I'm still going to show up as a husband like I'm supposed to. No, I'm not drove. I'm not showing up. Well, we're speaking about, that's a woman. I would just put myself in it to where, okay, yeah, well, I'm in survival mode, but you will be blessed doing what you're supposed to do, your wifely duties,
Yeah.
in spite of.
Yeah.
God doesn't say do your wifely duties only if you driving a Mercedes Benz.
Mm-hmm.
You're living in the home that you want. You're taking the many vacations that you want. Okay, then you can do your wifely duties. It doesn't say that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say hard times won't come.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people started off here, but ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're starting off at a certain point and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, or showing up loving and performing your wifely duties, how do you expect to get here if you're not God? If you want God to bless you with a brand new crib, but your house is nasty. When the last time you cleaned your baseboards? When the last time you mopped the floor? When the last time you dusted the furniture? But you're asking God, bless me with this 20,000 square foot crib. I gave you a 4,000 square foot. You never once mopped your floor. When the last time you cleaned the bathroom toilet? But you want a 20,000 square foot crib.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in survival mode. Yes, you're struggling. That doesn't mean you will stay there.
All right, I agree.
But if you're going to keep that mindset, you're not only is it hurting the marriage, you're making your husband, she's making her husband look at her in a different way.
Because she looking at him in a different way. Because she is in this space.
Okay, and he's in that space with her. And that doesn't mean it doesn't mean he's not trying to get, because I know word from what I read that I got that he's not trying to get her out of that. So if I'm trying to get you I'm trying to get us out of that, but yet that's your mindset.
I just think it is different for most women when they see their man trying in any aspect.
That goes out the window after a while.
No. I agree. I was supposed to say that too.
Yes, you can see I'm trying.
I can see that too.
After a month, we're still in the restaurant.
Not a month.
Well, I'm gonna say a month. I'm gonna say it. The restaurant business has not kicked off yet. Okay, a month, 6 months, whatever. Whatever time limit you want to put on there. But after a while, I'm still trying to get this restaurant popping, but it's not popping yet. She's going to respond that way.
I can see that in some cases.
And that's to me, that's just a woman's. That just be women. Period.
Mm-hmm.
To where after a certain time, if we're not here, male, I don't get the full effect of enjoying my wife like I should be able to enjoy you. And that's wrong.
I think both parties have to be mindful of that. Just as humans, we got to be mindful of that when things aren't going our way.
Yes.
That we don't give the other one our full that we supposed to give. Even when we're talking about the man and sex, just because you're not getting it as frequently as you think you should get it, or you're not and no matter if it's a month, no matter if it's 6 months, if I use your numbers, if she ain't giving it to you like that, you're still required to show up how God called you to show up as a husband. You're still supposed to be understanding. You're supposed to still be, no matter what the time limit is, because
it's
or whatever the case may be. I think
side.
It goes both. I think it goes both ways.
Because it's a flip side of that coin for that sister. Let's say we're not in survival mode. We get out of survival mode now. You're not you're not cooking. You're not preparing my lunch. You're not fixing my food.
But how is that?
You let me finish. She's not doing whatever XYZ is that he is needing or wanting. Now, he doesn't show up. I'm not doing this with enthusiasm. You're not getting the extra of whatever because you're not doing it. You see the flip side to what I'm saying? Because you said but you're looking lost as hell right now.
I'm thinking you finna come with the flip side of what?
The flip side is if you're not providing whatever it is that he's requiring or needing, now you're only getting a half effort from him.
Okay.
How would that make you feel? How would that make her feel? So my point being, she's wrong for doing it because it can be reversed. The roles can be reversed.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's my point. I'm not talking to Candace. I'm talking to this sister.
Oh, I know you're not talking to Candace.
That's my point. Yeah. That's why you don't do that. You don't not show up like you should sexually for your husband because we're struggling.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Yeah. I think it's the flip side of both. That's why, regardless of what is going on in the marriage, we are still called to show up.
Absolutely.
Like we're called to show up, whether he ain't getting sex. And if he ain't getting sex, that don't give you the right to go out and be sleeping with other people. That don't give you a right to watch porn. You still got to show up as the man how you supposed to show up. If y'all are in survival mode as a woman, you still got to show up as the wife that he's called you to be. That is the point that I am making here, and that's why I am definitely on that tip of we can't do marriage. We can't be in our role without God, because somebody ain't going to always be doing what they supposed to be doing. But the other person can't choose to pull away because of it. And it's going to take you talking to yourself. Yeah. It's going to take prayer. It's going to take, let me go
because
realign.
If that man pulls himself away and not doing whatever, she sees that.
Yeah. It's
and then when he gets to lacking, she remembers when he did. Now it's the human nature in her could set in. Well, he didn't do it. Yeah. When I wasn't, he didn't do it. Now she's not showing up 100% because I did.
Yeah.
Because I didn't show up for her.
Yeah. And I it was something you said earlier that I was gonna the timetable. Mm-hmm. This is my thought, and I think this is one of the things that's subjective.
Okay.
I feel like women get to where she is over time, because at first she gonna be starting out trying to help. She gonna probably be an enabler, trying to jump in and help what you need me to do. But she got a little dominant showing up. All right, I take the lead. This, that, and the other.
just because she's showing up to help.
No,
I hate
I
when you
agree.
do. I
I
hate
agree.
when you
And
say
that was
because
about destructive behavior.
yes, because that's not
Destructive behavior.
always
No, it's not.
accurate. Yeah.
No, it's not. So it is. She is in that with him at first.
Okay.
I
And I
do
could buy
agree.
that.
I just think
I could buy that.
for me, if I look at life now, for Candace, I should not still be struggling for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years. And it may have, you got these little glimpses of success, but if I'm struggling that long, I'm out of alignment somewhere.
Right.
I am
right.
out of alignment somewhere.
Right.
And I think when things don't change over time, even when it comes to divorce, a woman doesn't automatically go straight to, now if you cheat, some women might be like, boom, I'm out. But the majority of them ain't even, majority of us, let me not even say them, the majority of us are not doing that. And so you are putting in the time, you're trying to figure it out, work it out, call it, what can we do? And it be years. And then it's just like, I can't no more after years. And so I think what we have to do as couples is first of all understand that abundance and prosperity is ours.
Yes.
As a people, it is ours. That is the way in which God, you're a version of God. God doesn't want to be struggling, barely trying to survive, barely. That ain't even God makeup. Like,
Right. Absolutely.
so we have to be intentional about working as a team to make sure that elevation is happening.
Right.
To make sure, in not just financially,
Right.
I mean, all 4 areas.
Right.
When I say 4 areas, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically, we have to be elevated.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to be willing to do it together.
Absolutely.
And not going against each other. And this is a sign of this is us going against each other.
Absolutely.
I'm cutting you off. I'm using it as a
Yes.
weapon, or
Absolutely.
I'm using it to persuade
And
you.
that's, to me, that's that's an emotional. That's part of the destructive. She's acting out of emotion right there.
Think so?
You don't think you? How do you disagree with that? Now we're struggling financially, so
She's
emotion
operating from her hurt, from her pain.
or the lack of. So now that got her emotionally not wanting to show up sexually for her husband.
That's what this is. That survival. She's hurt. She's hurt.
Okay,
And
he's
so
hurt, but she's acting out of the emotion. She's letting that emotion of the lack thereof.
I think it could go. It could go up under that.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so because now because we don't have whatever, so I'm emotional about it. So therefore, now
And
I'm
I
not
don't.
giving you this.
I don't even think it's about. Follow me here. I
Okay.
don't think it's necessarily about we don't have. When a woman is in survival mode, it is, and she's feeling like she's doing everything and she got to take the lead. Is you don't care about me or you don't love me enough to shift. You don't love and care about me enough to get us out of this space. I don't feel safe. I don't know if the lights are gonna be on. I don't know, and it's operating from a place of hurt, pain. Definitely, and if you got kids, you allowing us to be in this spot, and you are the lead. But if I get out of alignment with my dominance, and I'm definitely probably not gonna be in alignment with God, because now my mindset done shift. And now it's just impacting everything when I just want you to lead us. I want you to give me a plan. I want you to say, this is what we're gonna do now. Help me figure out I got the vision, but I'm gonna need your wisdom, baby, to help me figure out. And so I think this is really coming from a hurt place for a woman that outside of this woman, like a woman who really operates like this, it's that. Not it kind of attaches to the love that y'all are supposed to give us, is saying he don't love me enough to
Mm.
do whatever she feels
Right, right,
needs to be done for
right.
the shift to happen.
I can buy that. I mean, I definitely could see how a woman can have those thoughts
Yeah.
and feelings. And it may very well be true, and it may not be true. He may not know how, um, or he may not love her enough.
Yeah.
Or
No, I don't think that he don't love her. I think
yeah, I'm thinking maybe depends on the situation. I don't know nowadays how people, man, way people divorcing and like, man, how much did y'all love each other if you calling it quits?
that quick.
Goodness,
Yeah.
like I wonder if the for 2023, out of all the couples that got divorced, what is the average number of years they were married? I wonder.
But you know, there's so many different aspects to go into divorce that we can't
No
even
doubt, but
say
I still wonder how the
how.
average.
You can
My
Google it.
guess
Well, it might
from
not be
let's say
accurate.
what years is this? 24. Say from year 2020. Well, let's just go back 24 years, and I want to did it each year. My guess
The
is
number's
decline,
decreasing.
is decreasing
I wouldn't doubt
of
it.
how long people stayed married to
No.
each other.
I
And
wouldn't
like you say,
expect that to
there's
change.
it's a plethora of things goes into why people get. I don't believe it's only this reason, only that, But and I think a lot of it too is I saw this, and it was, oh wow, it was very profound to me. A guy said, "I want a woman that wants to be a wife
Mm.
instead of a woman who wants to just be married." Like,
That's good.
whoa.
That's good. I think both parties need to be saying that.
He wants a woman that
Yeah.
wanted to be a wife instead of having a woman that wanted to just be married.
That's good.
Man, you should want a man that wants to be a husband
Yeah.
than somebody that just wanted to get married.
Yeah. That's different. That's different.
Because when you meet somebody that just wanted to be married, and then you meet somebody that wanted to be a husband or a wife, that's
It
a
goes
whole
back
them
to
two
that.
different people to
It
me.
goes back to the question that we have on our client data sheet. Are you wanting to be married for pleasure, purpose, or promise?
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is a question that we need to just start asking. We got it on there,
Like,
but
I could think of some people, like,
Yeah.
do you want to be a wife or do you just want to be married? Do you want to be a
and
husband?
do you
bro?
know what being a wife really is? And do you know what being a husband really is?
Yeah, that's a hard work assignment. What's a wife?
Yeah. But
And
then
don't tell them nothing else.
yeah,
Tell me, and let's just see what they say.
yeah.
What's a wife? What do you think a wife is? What is a wife roles?
Now
And
we do ask that. What is your role? We do ask that.
Okay, yes, and a lot of it won't be based off of scripture. It'll based off their own interpretation.
Everybody says the basics. It's to provide.
Right.
A husband will say to provide and protect.
Yeah.
But he don't understand that love aspect. What
Right.
that love's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And a woman is, I'm supposed to pretty much like just be there for him, support him,
Right.
but not realizing you can be his crown.
Oh.
Yeah. You're his wisdom.
Yeah, then I said on our first show this year, men will gain or lose respect for another brother based off the woman he has.
Yeah.
We really will.
Yeah.
Like you come in and it's not always based off of looks, by no means.
Right.
And it can be. Don't get it
Uh-huh.
twisted. It definitely can be.
But
based
it's
off of
probably
looks.
more so her character.
It is
'Cause
a
a prudent
character, the
wife.
way she carries
Yeah.
herself, the way she dresses in public. I bring you to a company function and you coming in the hoochie mama shorts and it's like, oh wow, that's his wife. That's who he married. Dang, bro, what kind of? She got
And
booty
what
shorts
I
on.
can hear you every time you say this, like I can actually hear
What?
you saying, And that's his wife.
Like,
Like,
yeah, we all. Well, I say we all. Men in general, we say
or
that.
even the way she talks to him in
Yes.
front of people, like
That's his,
his wife.
right.
That's his
The
wife.
women, y'all tell me y'all don't. Dang, that's her husband. That's the kind. Like y'all don't do that. Y'all ain't never seen a man act a certain way or talk a certain way
I would say
or
the
even
way
look a
the way
certain
he
way.
treats her,
Man.
not necessarily his looks. But
Yeah, yeah,
definitely
I
how
agree
he
that. I
about
agree
how
that.
he treat
Yeah,
her.
I agree
Like
with the looks part.
either look at how he treat. Like, oh my God, he treats her
Right.
amazingly.
And we'll start first. We'll start. Hey, that's his wife.
Yeah.
She's 700 pounds.
But I think that is the impact of a wife. That's why I don't think it may not so happen with women,
Right.
but for men, because your wife is like your glory.
Yeah,
Your
it
wife
because
is
she doesn't have to be Miss America.
no.
But no, feel me.
Mhm.
She might not be. She don't have to be Miss America. But when we hear about, oh, man, she helped him do this. She helped him with that. She did this. She done. Man, every time he got this cook, he got this. He got like, dang, dang, his wife do that. Dang, that's his wife. Oh, now when he see this 700-pound woman, he looking at her like, oh, okay, he got one. He got one because you can have one that when you walk in the room, every man looks. But man, this man talking about she don't cook. She don't do this. She don't like, dang.
Or even what she do in those situations, but also even what she does in the community, who she is, what do other people say about his wife?
Yes,
outside of him,
absolutely.
because you can talk about your wife and say woo woo woo. What do other people say about your wife?
Absolutely.
Like when you ain't what? Yeah, that matters.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I think it's amazing, real quick, how you're our crown. And it says that, but I
it don't say nothing about.
Like I've just for the ask, like I haven't heard or read anything where it says I'm your. Like that's powerful. That's powerful. That's like that shows your importance to me.
Yes.
To me,
We were made
you're
for y'all.
my
Y'all
crown.
Yeah.
Like man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I could be the decay to your bones. I can be cancerous.
Yes.
And it don't say that, it just shows y'all how y'all love impacts us.
Yeah.
And how y'all love.
Yeah. And it doesn't say it's better for a woman to be on in Mount Everest or you know what I'm talking about. It's better for me to be in the desert or the corner on the roof to come home to a quarrelsome, you know, man, that's big. I ain't never thought about that until now.
So what you want to end with?
Man.
The show is complete.
Wow.
I just pray that you took something from the show that gives you literally something to think about and something to talk about with your spouse. We got to make a choice to do something different, and we got to make a choice to be who God has called us to be, regardless of what our spouse is doing. And as a woman, we have the power to change our husbands with how we show up, with our reverence. He got to want to change, absolutely. But you ain't even got to say a word. Your actions can change him.
That's it right there. Drop the mic. Well said.
All right, so that concludes the show. Give me some sugar. Give me some sugar. Mwah. So, ladies, this is the final week for you to join the class. Lord, your kiss done got me all off. The power of me. We limited seats, but you can still join. Payment plan options if needed. Let's heal. Let's have an amazing 2024. Yes. Wives that are joining.
Yes.
When you finish this class, you will not be the same.
And any man that's watching this as well, if you have a wife or a woman in your life that can be impacted by this class, let her know about this. This is an amazing gift to give her to help her be a better version of herself.
All right. And the spiritual marriage retreat is this year again in October. Make sure you reserve your spot.
Good
And
show,
we
baby.
out.